Hi, Sally and Craig. Hope you're doing good in this time of COVID. And I think it's a good time, given we just did the last College Bound News for this school year, to go over the new subscription thing that I made about a year ago. And it was decided not to implement that at that time, but maybe it would be now, provided you're going to keep going with the whole enterprise. So anyway, without further ado, let me go over what I made and contrast it a bit with the existing sign up process, and then from my memory I'll go over the other things that would be required to go to online only. Okay, so without further ado, the new subscription thing that I made is here, collegeboundnews.com/subscribe new. You can go to it yourself, and you start by clicking on one of the click here buttons. You choose individual or institutional right off the bat. Click go, click submit on this screen, and then you enter your information. Now, to some degree, it's mirroring in a sort of way the existing system. Um, and in some ways not. The order of some things is a bit different. And all right, so this is individual, choose student, parent, other, pay with credit card. I will pay with check or purchase order. Then we click the submit button and we go to this page. And I believe in the existing sign up you have a page kind of like this that goes over what was chosen, and we missed a field here. So what did we miss? School name is required. Okay. We will go back and school name, Milton High School. There we go. Okay. Submit. And we have PayPal right here. You can add to cart. And let's see if that's hooked up to the correct amount of money. I think it's the same thing as you were using in your system. There we go. It is indeed. And then when the submit button is hit, that sends an email to, forgetting whether we change this to you or it's still going to me. I'll click the submit button and it's chugging away. I see there, and it's going to say thank you for submitting your info to us. That's good. Although we might want to take it back to here. There's always little tweaks to anything you create. All right, so we'll contrast that with the current subscribe renew. Okay, we choose how we're going to pay first, which I think is clunky. And that makes me a little nervous when I'm online and there's something with the pay step is too quick, even though I don't think there's any payment made at that point. All right, there's a lot of choices here. Foreign, air mail, bulk order, so forth and so on. All of these were removed in the new subscription process. collegeboundnews.com, subscribe new. Okay, we have none of those choices in the new one because I believe you were planning on taking those out. And then we have different styles of buttons here. We've got way more complexity here than in the new thing that I made. And complexity is usually bad, unless it's absolutely necessary. So now we have to add something to the cart. And I like to keep the pay thing at the end. So when we add to cart, I'm forgetting what happens after we go past here, but it's something analogous to this screen here comes up in your system. So the bottom line is this subscribe new, the new subscription process is fully done. and it's ready to roll. You could just, we could move the code for this right into the live site immediately, as far as I know, and it would work. Let's just go over a few other things that are there before I end. Just go through institutional, because there was something where somebody prints something out. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, your institution's name, Milton High School, official business, and so on. These are required fields, so those are just, the browser kept those values in there since I was working on it. Submit. Okay, and we can submit. Let me think here now. Because there is a way, somewhere in here, there's a thing that allows you, the buyer, to print out. Oh, I think if it's, I will pay by check or purchase order. Okay. We can print out the subscription form or submit the information. Submit sends the email to you. Printing out the subscription form is here, okay? And on this, it's instructing them where to send it. And now as I'm going through this, I'm remembering that there's a new thing called electronic PDFs that we could put in here at some future time. And the electronic PDF allows the person to essentially fill something like that out. Go back in here. We're going to go to print. And what would come up is something that looks kind of like this, and then there'd be a box, and they can use the mouse to sign and click agree, or whatever you say, whatever you make the button say, and then that's a binding contract. So they could, we could have it done that way. But regardless, that's a future enhancement. This works right now at the same level of the existing pay process, except we've taken out the extra things that you no longer offer, and it's implied, I guess I would say, that they're signing up for the online subscription. We might want to make that explicit here. Now that brings up another point. What does it take to go to online only? For new subscribers, nothing. They don't even need to know about the old way. But you have an existing subscriber base that has done it through the mail for many, many years, or some of them have done it through the mail for many, many years. And they would need to be migrated to the online methodology. And I think, okay, so they need to be informed, and there were some other issues. The bottom line is I would be available to help out. I'm really hoping you keep going with this. You've been an excellent customer. I like your service, etc. You're doing a very important service for people, so I hope you keep going with it. And I could definitely work with you on how to migrate the existing customers to the online system, online only. Okay, so is that the last thing to talk about? There's always something more. If something more comes to me, I'll just either make another video or put it in the email. That's all for now.